Hello. So, I want to do a video on how you're treated. Um, some things you're gonna go through being autistic, and my experience with them. Because I love watching videos like this because it makes me feel not that I ever want anyone else to go through it, but I don't feel as alone. I guess you would say. And I'm sorry if I talk low. I've always talked low, and yeah, because I someone complained about that on one of my videos. Or I wouldn't say they complained, but they mentioned it, and I've always been like that, so I just wanted to address it. Okay, so first is being excluded or ignored. I've dealt with that. Luckily for me, I feel like I had like a good support system. Most of the time that people have done this to me, and it's usually they're trying to be like mean or catty or something like that, or trying to prove a point or like humble me. Um, and I think it's a lot of it has to do with the fact that like they think that we're neurotypical at first. In my experience, they assume I'm neurotypical, and then they like try to like exclude me or ignore me because they, the social games that like neurotypicals play with each other, and like to try to assert dominance. And then when they find out that I'm neurodivergent, because someone will tell them, then they'll like try to make me like their little pet friend. And I don't like that. I don't like being treated like a pet. Well, some people do, and I'm not judging you if you do, but I just personally don't like that. And then I'll notice that even like when you're around them, like when I don't realize that they're trying to treat me like a pet, or before I realize that that's what they were doing, that then they'll still get mad at you if you talk, or like if people like you, like if people think you're funny, they'll still get mad at you. And I don't. It's really obnoxious. By the way, I know this isn't all neurotypicals, but I'm sorry to say it's majority. Sorry. This is just what I've observed. Okay? Um yeah, that's really agitating. And to piggyback off of that, they'll sit there and like try to exclude you, but if you're doing good, then they try to again take you under their wing, which you don't need them to do that. Like you don't need them, and try to get some like savior complex going. And like I don't know, it's just like really annoying. And then they'll like try to take credit for your work or things that you've done, or like it's just obnoxious. I've just seen it play out in a few different ways, and I'm just like, well, like being autistic, we have like a sense of justice. So I'm pretty confrontational when it comes to stuff like that. And then they will stare you down and look at you with shock as if you betrayed them. Like I've literally had them say, "You're trying to embarrass me." When and I'll be like, "You embarrass yourself." And then it's like, and I was gonna say, and when like they're the ones who embarrass themselves, because like I'll literally say that to them, like, "No, you embarrass yourself. Like I didn't do anything to you. You did something to me, and I responded." But being that you're like neurodivergent, specifically, I'm gonna speak to autistic people and people who have ADHD, since I have both. Um, you, they'll like, everyone will try to take their side because they want to fit in, and you're the odd one out. Also, some people just like hate us. Like those, I've had girls specifically, guys too. I'm gonna speak to girls first. Will stare me down like, what? Why does she act like that? Why does she talk like that? All this stuff, and then somebody will call them out by telling them that I'm autistic, and then they'll like try to cry and play the victim. And it like I didn't know. Now everyone hates me, and it's like an apology would have just sufficed. I mean, I don't even need an apology. You could have just stopped. I don't know. It's like that kind of overwhelms me when they do that. Like, oh, here we go. But yeah, they'll try to exclude you or ignore you because you're different. Like I guess like they really don't like different things, and they say we don't like change, and I'll admit it, I don't like change, but they really do not like different people. I think society has shown that they will destroy anything that they find different. They'll also, when they like try to make you be their little pet, they'll try to like change the way you talk. They'll be like, oh, you should talk like this, or oh, say it like that, or oh, dress like this. Um, Sometimes I find that that's because they don't want you to stand out or get attention for being different, even if you don't like attention. Like say you're like I didn't like attention because like people would try to fight me because of me dressing differently. And now that I'm older, I realize, well, people would tell me back then that it was because like they didn't like that I was getting attention, like the adults and stuff would tell me, but I couldn't understand why someone would want to fight you because of that. So like I just was like, that's so stupid. I don't get it. But yeah, they'll do that, and that still happens in adulthood. Some people never grow out of that. I think that's arrested development, but whatever. Um, and well, like a lot, I know a lot of neurodivergent people, especially boys. I don't know, I don't want to say that everyone, because I don't want to like exclude women in this, but they like anime and they're super into cosplay. They will try to exclude those people because they're jealous because those cosplayers, like, I'm in a cosplay, but not like the as much of the anime as I know a lot of my friends are, and they be so bitter and jealous of them because they're getting attention for their cosplay, because they're cool, like they look so cool and well put together, and they put so much quality into them, and they get jealous. They're like, oh my god, here she goes again, or here he goes again. Like, they literally get mad. I've seen this happen when my friends dress up, and I'm just like, you're so jealous. Like, that's so obnoxious. Like, when you dress up in all your designer and stuff, like, they don't hate on you, so why are you hating on them? Like, it's so annoying. That's such an annoying trait. But I'm gonna go to the next one, and I might come back to this one. Oh, and one last thing. I've asked them, oh, like, why they do that. I was like, if you're not even into cosplay, why do you care, like, if they get attention for it, or that people who are into cosplay like them? Because the people who, like, are into the stuff you're into aren't gonna give them attention, or they're probably, like, looking like, oh, that's cool, and keep going. And they'll just like roll their eyes or be like, because like they can never give you a straight answer because they can't admit that they're jealous, and it's so agitating. It's like, dude, you're so jealous and you need to stop it because it's annoying. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, because if they're so quote unquote popular, or like this in their brain, this is how they describe it, like they'll call those type of people lame. I don't think that at all. I want to make that very clear. I don't think that at all. But they'll call those people lame, and then they'll sit there and not want them to get attention. I don't get that. Like, if you think that they're beneath you, why are you mad that they're getting attention? That does not make sense to me at all. And they'll try to come between like the nerds or the autistic people or neurodivergent people, because like my fiance is like super into anime, and not like the weird guy, but they'll sit there and like be like, why do you talk to him? Like, try to like get the neurodivergent girls away from the guys who like match them almost. Not saying you can't date people who aren't like you, but if I like a specific type of man, why are you trying to come between that? I don't get that. Okay, so the mocking and mimicking others, um, imitate behaviors or speech patterns to ridicule or make fun. I have experienced this so often, especially with the way I speak. Um, it's just been like an ongoing thing. It doesn't matter if I like work, if I'm in the workforce, or if like back when I worked, it was still bad and annoying, and like I've almost had to go to HR a few times because of it. It was really bad growing up. Like, people will ask like, why do you talk so low? Why do you talk like that? Or like, you're acting white, and I'll be like, you're stupid. I'm half white. Wouldn't it make sense that I would speak like my mother, you idiot? Um, but no, it's so obnoxious, and it's like, specifically, I'm gonna be real with you. I stay away from the hood because of this, like, exact thing. luckily for me, where I'm from is not like that. It's like a small town, so I don't really experience that as much here. But when I lived in Maryland, oh my god, every day, every day it was like, why do you talk like that? Oh, like they want you to be a caricature. But then I would start doing it to make them mad because they were irritating me, right? Like they kept bothering me, so I just thought I'm gonna bother you back. So I started mocking them, and they didn't like it. It was like, oh, so you can mock me, but when I mock you back, you don't like it. That makes no sense to me. Or like they'll mimic, like if you're stimming, they'll mimic you a lot. That's like really inhumane, but it's not shocking. Like I don't expect nothing more from them. I know I okay, so I don't know what grade was I in? I had to be in like 4th or 5th grade. I think I had to be in 5th grade. Anyway, cuz I was going to a new school. And I remember this girl came and I had my autistic bracelet on. That's a whole other story about how I was not allowed to say I was autistic to the point where I forgot. It's a whole other story. Anyway, I had my autistic bracelet on because I was nonverbal at this time, and I was nonverbal specifically at school because that school was overwhelming. I'd never really been to like a hood school before, and I went to this school because my mother had got like remarried and stuff, and you know she like was moving to a different house or whatever, and so I was going to school, and this girl, she what makes me so upset, she had ADHD. She was not autistic at all. She just had ADHD, and she was mocking my stimming to get attention from the class. And then she like asked me to borrow my freaking bracelet, my autistic bracelet that I was supposed to show people when they like when I couldn't speak or whatever. And she like starts doing like the stim. I don't know. It's even hard to talk about it now, but it's like she starts doing it to like embarrass me, and I called her annoying, and she started crying. I guess because like, people kept calling her annoying and didn't like her. And it was just like, how are you gonna sit there and try to embarrass me, but I call you annoying, and it's just that's the final straw. I'm like, please. And the teacher got mad at me. Honestly, that lady was kind of racist. But she gonna be like, oh, you can't call her that. How would you feel if people called you that? Because I was like, well, I'm not the one jumping around harassing other people. And I may have my differences, okay, but I'm sitting here minding my business. She's not. So who's doing what? And I feel like, of course, like I don't want to like call people who I have ADHD myself, but not because of like her being hyper, because she was bullying. Like she was one of those neurodivergents who was like, oh, I'm the better neurodivergent, so I'm gonna make fun of someone who has more difficulties or more differences. I would say I like differences better than difficulties. Have more differences because it gets the heat off of me. And I've I know we were so young when that happened, right? But that stuff plays out when you get older, because those kind of people still exist when you're older. Like a lot of people who are just purely neurotypical will try to like, you know, mimic you to make fun of you. And I was like, I be calling it out now that like I'm a lot better with being verbal. Sometimes I have a hard time. That's why I don't make videos as often. But how are you gonna just like, I don't know. How are you gonna sit there and try to mimic someone and bully someone like if you're like in your 30s and 40s? And that makes you feel good about yourself. Like I'll literally, like I'm not trying to shame them, but I'll just literally tell them about this. Like you feel good about this. Like this makes you feel cool. Like I notice a lot of the time people who are neurotypical who are cool, like they'll ask me about my special interests because like that's like, you know, something we could bond over. And for some reason it's always that one toxic person in the group who just or who comes up and like gets mad that like it doesn't matter if it's me or someone else. Like they're gonna be mad at whoever's getting attention. And because they view it as like, oh, you're autistic, so you're less than, that they don't want you getting attention. They don't want anyone getting attention, but they feel like they can like bully you, and they'll like start like saying rude shit or mimicking you, and or oh my god, okay, I'm trying not to get distracted. Okay, and then like they'll get mad, right? To finish that one, they'll get mad and try to mimic you or whatever, and then try to embarrass you. And sometimes people call them out, sometimes they won't, but I'll call them out and be like, this makes you feel good about yourself. Like that's pretty lame. I wouldn't feel the need to do that. And then they'll like roll their eyes or whatever. But it'll also be like sometimes people will come up to you, pretend like they're like interested in talking to you. I've experienced this so much. They'll pretend like they're interested in talking to you, but the whole time they're mocking you. Like they'll be like, oh, so like, what do you like? It's like, oh, it's so cringy. It's like the mean girl thing, but men do it too. Men do it specifically if they've tried to talk to you and you like turn them down. They do this a lot. Or if they like you but they don't feel like they'll have a chance with you, they'll do this. And like other people call them out like, oh, he just likes you. Like when I'm like rude back to them, because why are you being rude to me? I don't care. I don't think that being rude is flirting. I don't think that that's cute at all. But back to what I was saying about like women doing it, they'll like come out to you like, oh, like what like, what are you making? Because I like arts and crafts a lot, and I'll start explaining to them because it's my special one of my special interests. And then they'll be like, oh, really? Like doing that thing, and then they'll do like the little eye glance. I wish I was like recording like my face right now, but I'm not because I'm in bed. And I'll be like, why are you being like? I'll catch on, and then I'll be like, oh, like that's who you are. Like you, why does this make you feel good about yourself? Like I don't get that. Like how, like, is this what entertains you? And I'll ask them that, and then they'll just like roll their eyes, and like they can't give me an answer because but then they'll just like leave me alone but still stare at me from a distance, and I don't get that. Like just leave me alone. Like I don't understand how messing with neurodivergent people entertains you. I don't understand how we are a form of entertainment for them, because I don't see them as a form of entertainment. I don't know. I don't get that. Like I wouldn't go up to them and bully them for the weird stuff that they do. Even when I do think that it is weird, I wouldn't do that to them. But they try to do it to us, and I don't get that. But I've noticed it's usually like it's always like either they're intimidated or they're not really like they don't have much going for themselves. So they like do that because they ain't got nothing good for this. They ain't got nothing better to do. It's not like they got hobbies or anything like that. So they have to do that. And I know someone told me to get like to start using like a oh my god, what is it called? Like a script, and I am trying to implement that with these little slides right here and a little bit more to try to stay on topic, because I know I have ADHD and I get sidetracked sometimes, and I have like I'll think of one thing and then like 1,000 other things flood my mind, and then I'll start talking about that. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm trying to stay on track. Like, I'm trying to stay on topic. But yeah, but more on the mimicking and the speech pattern. Like obviously I talk differently because I am autistic. I talk differently. I've always talked differently, but I've always talked like this. And sometimes like people always want to hit there, even if you've done nothing to them. Like they don't want people to like you. It doesn't matter if you're like a nice person or anything. They just hate that other people like you because they have they can't handle anyone getting attention. So they'll try to knock everybody off one by one, but then want you to be in their audience. I don't really get that concept, but I've noticed that happens a lot. So that's weird to me. Oh my goodness. And to continue with this, when I was in, I want to say the fourth or fifth grade, I don't know. I was in Marley Station Mall in Maryland, And I remember it was this guy who liked me, and I did not even know he liked me, okay? Because I did not know no social cues, okay? He was kind of rude to me, so I didn't even know he liked me. And I remember him snapping at me. He's like, just be normal, because like he wanted to date me, but he wanted me to be normal, and he hated that like I was different because he wanted to date me, and I was just like, why are you like? Obviously, I was hurt, but I was like, if you don't like how I am, why are you trying to date me? That makes no sense. Just go date someone who like is normal in your world. Like it's like your version of normal. Because that like you're just gonna want me to be different. That was like really traumatizing. Like he just kept in the middle of the mall, and like I'm a little kid, and he's screaming at me to be normal. And there are adults who like have beef with me as a kid who were like smiling, like happy. Like I think like some of them were like racist. No, I don't know if they were racist because they were cool with like other people who were like POCs. They just had beef with me. And I'm like, what is y'all's problem? Like, I'm chilling. I don't even know what's happening right now. But he was mad that I was mute. He was mad that I was like, he was calling me a mute. And he was mad that like, I just couldn't be like other people. And I'm just like, so that gives you a reason to scream at me. And his mom or aunt, I don't know who she was. She was his family member. I don't know if she was his mom. But she just came up and like did that little thing. You know when they like grab them around the shoulders to like hug them and walk them away, but like laughing. I'm like, how is that funny for him to be like screaming at me? And as a kid, like that was so confusing. And I had like grown, bitter teachers who would do this too, just like to be awful to me. And I didn't understand why they were doing it. I'm just like, why are you as a teacher doing this? Like that makes no sense to me. But it would they would do it all the time. Like I was just like, and it wasn't just me. It was this other boy. I kind of cussed him out. Cussed him out because he okay. So like they would allow people to bully like me, and they would allow people to bully him. And I'm talking about not just like regular bullying, like sexually harassing me, and they would allow it because they thought it was funny. And boys will be boys, right? So one day they were allowing him to be bullied, and he had like he was autistic, but he had like volume control like me. Like I'm very quiet, but he was very loud. He projected that voice of his, okay? And he kept getting bullied. People kept pushing him and hitting on him, and the teacher was sitting there laughing. And then he finally snapped back, and she yelled at him for snapping back. And then I yelled, I was like, "You sitting there letting him get like attacked, and you're not doing anything." And people try to tell me shut up, and I cussing everyone out and cussing the teacher out. And he was like, "I don't need you to defend me." And I was just like, "You're an idiot. They're bullying you, and I'm trying to help you out." And he's like, "Yeah, but I don't want to." I guess he thought it made him look like he wasn't a macho man because a girl was defending him, but I didn't view it that way. But that's how he viewed it. Either way, that teacher is awful, and I hope she lost her license completely. Okay, so this one is verbal teasing or name calling. The repeated insults, hurtful nicknames, sarcastic comments aimed at differences. And like I've experienced this so many times. They'll try to mock like things you do, or they'll mock stereotypes. Like they'll do stereotypes in front of you, and it's just like I don't get why they do it, because it's like I don't understand how this makes you feel like a macho person, like you're such a cool person, but it's like something lame that they do. I've been called the R word even like recently, not really recently, but like a couple years ago, and I just was like, that's pretty shitty, but okay. um the sarcastic comments are like nonstop when especially if like you're in an environment you have to be around the same people continuously, like say school or work, they will get mad, specifically me because I have a hard time talking at work, and they'll start making like sarcastic comments of because they're mad that you're not talking. Don't get why the fuck they care, but they care a lot. And they'll start like trying to bully you about it. And I'll be sitting there like, bitch, you're so fucking lame. And I'll get snappy back, and then they wanna like play the victim, of course, of course. It's just like an ongoing thing with them. So yeah, I've experienced that a lot. Okay, the physical intimidation, threats, being shoved, pushed, or physically threatened because of being different. Yeah, I've experienced this. Um, Not anytime recently, but the physical intimidation with men, it's like they'll try to force you to like talk to them, and they'll think that because you are autistic that they have a higher chance of getting you. And that's really mind-boggling to me, because it's like, what makes you think just because someone's autistic, I don't care what they are, that you have a chance with them? You cannot determine if someone's gonna like you just because of anything. Like, no. And so that, like, they'll try to like assert their dominance and try to make me panic if it's like a bad neighborhood, or even if it's a good one. I don't know, like, I don't know why I just said that, because I've been in like pretty rich neighborhoods where people do that crap, and it's just obnoxious. Like, you're trying to intimidate me for what? Or like if they're like threatened by you, like say like you guys are in the same field, and they think that like you're achieving more than them, or that like if there was layoffs that you would keep your job, they'll try to like intimidate you in numbers, especially because you're neurodivergent. They think that you'll panic, when in reality, I don't know why people do this, because I'm gonna be real with you. Autistic people are very strong, and I've had to like prove that before. Like, you can, they always say that, like, I've had people like grab on me, and when I pull back they'd be like, oh my god, why are you so strong? Like, did you think I was gonna be weak? Like, no, I'm not gonna be weak, idiot. Like, I've seen this a lot in school too. Like, growing up, people will swing on me and I'm swinging back, and then when I hit them and I'm winning the fight, then the teachers are like, oh no, you're gonna murder them. Like, okay, but you sat there and let them hit me, and it was funny, right? So when I hit back, don't. It's not my fault I fight better than them. It's not my fault I could defend myself, you idiot. And the crazy thing is, like, I'm not even like a fighter. Like, that's not even like my personality. But I can defend myself, and it's not fair for autistic people that like people put their hands on us and then expect us to show restraint. You cannot tell somebody when to show, like, how to react to you abusing them. That's something I've seen so often, especially when I lived in like a bad neighborhood or like the hood or whatever. They always want to fight, but then they can never back it up. So like they would do that little, oh, it's so gross. And they do that thing where they get in face, oh, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. I personally don't care. See, they're stupid because they don't realize that that's still a threat. So then when I swung, because you're invading my space, then they'll cry, and it's like, you just invaded my space. That is a threat. You don't have to physically touch me for it to be a threat. And yeah, so they'll be like bitter because like it hurt, but it's like, okay, then you shouldn't have gotten my face. Duh. Like, I don't get that. I don't get that. When I was on a cruise one time, this guy like tried to push me down like really hard, for no reason. His parents laughed, so I got up and swung on him, and he was sobbing, and it was crazy because I was like a kid and he was like 16, and everyone was like worried about him because I hit him, but they didn't like when I say everybody, I'm really talking about his parents. They were like so his like parents and like aunts were were worried about him because like I hit him and he was sobbing, but they didn't care that he pushed me down. But his dad did not care. He was like, "That's what you get." So I didn't care. Anyway, but it is really confusing, and it was really confusing because I was so much younger than him, and I didn't understand why he did it. Like, I was like, why did he do that to me? I didn't understand that people just didn't like neurodivergent people because at this point, I just knew like I didn't fit in with certain types of people, but I didn't really know why because like I don't know, like I was sheltered, but at the same time, like I was around a lot of different people, but I kind of was also in my bubble around those people. So it's like I didn't understand that people didn't like people just because they were autistic, and that people could just look at me and see, and I was just like, I guess because like my mannerisms or whatever, and yeah, like I didn't understand it. So when he did that, like I was like really hurt and confused. Plus, I was with my racist ass grandmother, and she's sadistic, so she liked that I got hurt, and that was really annoying. This one, the gaslighting manipulation, others denying your feelings or experiences, making you question your reality or reactions. I've like experienced this. What I will say, I'm not someone who like takes lightly to it though. Like I will snap on people like fast. Like you're not gonna gaslight me or manipulate me. I can see through it. But the thing is I didn't understand when I was younger why people thought they could. I didn't understand that until about like 2023, why people thought that they could manipulate me. Like so many people were trying and getting mad they couldn't. And I didn't know that I was autistic because people forced me to not talk about it. So I like forgot. And like I forgot being diagnosed and everything. And I like was really mad that people would think that they could manipulate me. And they couldn't, and then they would get angry at me, and I was like, why do you think that you could do this? And they would just keep trying over and over, and it wouldn't work, and they would like rage. Like it was like they would, like I'm talking like slam their hands on tables and stuff like that. Like, oh my god, just do it. And I'm like, no, like I'm not gonna do it. What are you gonna do about it? Like you don't scare me. So yeah, people definitely tried, but I could see through it. Because like once you learn the pattern, you know the pattern. Like, we have pattern recognition, like really strong one. So yeah. Even to this day though, people still try. And I'll see what they're doing, laugh at it, and then go back to doing what I want. Like, oh my goodness, the stories I could tell. I don't even want to go there because like they're not relevant. But like I've had people think that they're gonna control how I do things in my life, and I'm just like, I promise you, you're not. Like, you're not even relevant enough for me to want to do anything you're doing. You can't even like, ugh, it's just so annoying. And I feel like it takes a real loser to try to like manipulate someone. Like, oh yeah, like I hear them often say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get them to do my dirty work, and it's like, you're a fucking loser. And they always try to like use autistic people. Like they always wanna use us and put us like scapegoats really. And when it doesn't work, they get so mad, and it's just like, dude, this is your whole life, you're trying to use other people. Like, I don't get how that makes them feel powerful, but apparently it does. And it never works. It never works, and then they get so angry. And they try to do it, I guess, because autistic people are very loyal. But you have to be worth being loyal to. Like, you have to be worth something for that to work. Like, I'm more loyal to myself and like the people that I love. I don't know. That's why it doesn't work, because you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, this is so stupid. And my final one, like, it's a bonus one, I guess, is like, there's like, well, there's some people who are like really jealous of you, and you may not understand it. I don't really get it when you're autistic, and they'll come out and tell you that they're being jealous. I don't know how to deal with that, but that's something, because they, like, even if they know you're autistic and you're not really into what they're into, they'll still get jealous. I can't really explain that one, but that one's hard to deal with, because you can't change how people are. As annoying as it is, that's just something they're into. So, or that's just how they are, unfortunately. I don't think they want to be that way either, but they can't really control it. And they'll get mad at you when you've done nothing wrong. Because, like, I hear a lot of people talk about, like, if you're, like, conventionally attractive, I think this is, like, such a... I'm not gonna say it's a stupid term, because I don't think it's a stupid term. I just don't like it, because I feel like everyone's, like, beautiful to somebody. And yeah, there's, like, I guess, like, standards depending on what part of the world you're in. But I don't think that exists that much in America, because everyone likes something different in America. You go to one region, they like something. You go to another one, they like something else. Like, there's people who like super, like, all different types of, you know what I mean? There's literally fan pages to stuff like that. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, like, I don't know. But they'll get mad at you for doing, like I said earlier, like, if you're into, like, cosplay, they'll get mad at you for that, because they'll feel like, I'll hear sometimes when I was younger, they'll be like, oh, you're trying to, like, be cute. And I'll be like, am I not supposed to be? Like, what the am I not supposed to think I'm cute? Like, you're an idiot. But, or they'll think that, like, you're showing off just because you're dressing the way you want to dress. And it's different, because, like, I don't dress maybe, like, the way typical girls my age dress, and then they'll, like, think that that's showing off, because, like, oh, you want to be different so bad, and it's like, no, it's just what I like, and I'm not gonna dress in trends just because it's trending. Not saying that all trends are bad. I don't like certain fashion, like BBL fashion. I don't think it's that cute. But yeah. Also, they have, like, a really big issue with you telling the truth or calling things for how it is. Like, they don't like that we're honest. Like, they don't like that. Oh, and a big thing. Oh my God, there's so many. Like, if you say what someone's doing, they'll get mad. They don't like addressing things head on, and I don't get that. Like, if you say someone's being fake because they're being fake, they get mad. If you say someone's copying you, they get mad. If you say someone's jealous, they really get mad. Like, well, oh, I get it. People are jealous of you. Why can't we talk about something else? Okay, like, that's not all I talk about. That's just all you're listening to, because it triggers you, and I don't get that. Like, I like to call things out for what they are. If you call out somebody for being mean or doing something bad, oh, they really don't like that, obviously, because, you know, people don't like to be told the truth. It's so many different ways it shows up. I don't correct people when they're wrong. Like, say, like, if I ever, like, had a job, I wouldn't correct somebody. Like, I tried that, like, in a gentle way, but that's why I would never want to be a manager, because, one, I don't care what people be doing, and I don't want to be in, like, charge of that. I've had a manager position before, and I did not enjoy it. It was awful, because I really don't care. Like, just do your job and leave me alone. Like, do your job, and that's all. But yeah, I think that, like, it's best to just let them do them. In my opinion, that's what I've learned. Even if they're wrong, like, sometimes people have to learn the hard way, because if you tell them that they're wrong, they'll really get, like, so bitter and up in arms about it. But also, they'll get mad that you didn't tell them, so it just makes no sense. And I think I talked about this a couple of videos ago, is that a a lot of times people think it's okay to copy us because we are like autistic, and they think that like it doesn't matter, like they just view us as less than like I don't know exactly how to describe it, but basically because we're autistic, that like they can copy us and that no one will tell us. But people will sometimes. I'll notice the patterns, but I won't say anything because it'll be like whatever, like it's not that deep to me, or it's like really nothing you can do because like if they're gonna copy you, they're gonna copy you. Like what is calling them out gonna do? um but people will keep sending it to you, or like keep mentioning it. Like sometimes like I've noticed, like if someone's copying me in like a friend group, people will like text me about it, but sometimes people will address them, but sometimes people aren't conversational, so they won't address them. So that's like weird. But I've learned from addressing people that either they like don't mean any harm by it, and I don't care if people do that if they don't mean any harm by it, or they do mean harm by it and they're just gonna like try to flip it on you and like be like, oh, you're gatekeeping or something. Like I don't know how am I gatekeeping my personality. I don't get that. But most things I don't really care about. I do care. The one time like when I care is like, how are you gonna be mean to me but then copy me? Like, how does that make sense? I don't know, but I'm not like the type of person to care. Like, if my friends copy me, I wouldn't care. Like, I've had friends who went out and bought the exact same dress as me, and I thought it was cute. Like, I was like, that's like all that's about it now. But then I've had family members who've copied me, and then was like trying to compete with me with it, and I didn't really understand it. But people caught on. Like I had really good friends back then, and they caught on, and they purposely like called them out. Like they were like, no, like why are you trying to be mean to her or like compete with her with it for no reason really, because it was not that big of a deal, and just trying to be a one upper. I guess I don't know. It's agitating, but I've seen that happen a lot. But there's a certain type of person who does it that I don't get that much, is that they'll copy something. Like I've seen people copy cars that other people have, or like anything like that, and then they'll get mad. Like they want to see who gets the attention for it. When we have the same car or we have the same dress, like they're gonna look at both of us and give us the same amount of attention because they're gonna be like, oh my god, you two match or whatever, and it's just gonna be weird. I want to say this, like I keep almost slipping and saying the person's name who did like the dress thing, and I don't even want to bring that person up. But she would always do stuff like that. Like it didn't matter what it was. She was just like that. And these people, if you have to be around them a lot, you'll notice that it's not just you. You may be like the main target because you're around them more, or because like they have like a specific vendetta against you. But a lot of times these people were just like that. Like they're just mean. Like they're just like a mean spirited person, and they're gonna do it to the next girl too. If another girl comes into the friend group and she's getting attention, obviously she's gonna get attention because she's new. Like why would you get mad at that? But they'll get mad at that, and they'll try to like, she has her hair a certain way, they'll do their hair. She dyes her hair color, they're gonna dye their hair that color. And it's just like, for what? I kind of wish that they would like give us a peek into their mind so we could understand like the thought process, because I don't get that. Like, I don't get why you would want to do that, in my opinion. And I've noticed people expect you to accept less because of you being autistic, and when you don't, it really offends them, because I think it mirrors back to them that like you have to bring more to the table than just like showing up. Well, yeah, I think I'm saying this wrong. Well, basically, they think that like they could get with an autistic person without having nothing to offer because they're autistic, and because like they view us as less, and they think that we're just gonna be gullible and fall for it. Because a lot of autistic people, one of my favorite people who are autistic is Amanda Seales. And like she was like dating some dusty guy who didn't have a job. And because autistic people are not like that, like we don't care because like we're like super into our own hobbies. Oh my god, did a tree fall in my yard? I'm so sorry, I got distracted. Because we're so into our own interests and like you're gonna naturally make money off of that a lot of times. Hopefully, if you don't, I'm sorry. I'm not like shading that or anything. But like she's really into like, advocating and she makes a lot of money doing that. Or at least decent money to keep her afloat, right? And because of that, they'll get they'll try to attach themselves to us because they think that you're gonna like be nice and gullible and pay for them because we don't view the world. And even if we like materialistic things or designer things, we don't care if the next person has that. Like I don't care. And they will sit there and get so mad when you do not fall for it. And I've had that experience. Like I think I just talked about that earlier, but I had that experience where they get so mad. They think that they can attach themselves to you, like, and you're just gonna pay their way or something. Absolutely not. Like, I haven't had people do that to me as much as I've seen people do that to my friends. I've had people like be like, "Oh, it must be nice," or "I'm spoiled," or stuff like that. But as far as like people trying to like, I'm trying to think of a time. Like I've definitely had people who were my friends who started realizing that like they thought that like I guess because we both lived in like a bad neighborhood at the time that like I was in a financial situation that they were in and I wasn't, and then they started getting mad or like trying to like, oh well, you have money, so can you just pay for it? And I'd be like, no, because at first like they I guess they just thought we were both broke. But people who come from that, they tend to like hate people who come from money. Like they think that we should be like humbled. And I'm not saying like I come from like a billionaire background or anything, but I was taught, how to handle my finances and stuff like that. I have been blessed, you know what I mean? Like with guidance and things like that. And my dad, you know, him being in his career for like a very long time. And I'm not going to give too much details about my personal life, but my dad is like, he taught me how to handle myself. And my dad looks out for me. And my dad takes care of me until my fiance started taking care of me. And they get so mad because they don't have a fucking dad. And I'm sorry for saying it like that, but like, it really makes me mad. Like, you don't get to fucking try to hurt, like, take advantage of people who have parents because you don't. I don't have a fucking mom. Like, I have, like, I don't have a mom, and I don't sit there and do that shit to people. Like, that really fucking irritates me. But yeah. Also, they will definitely try to steal your personality because they don't have one. I'm sorry to say that in such a like me like it's gonna come off mean because it's blunt, whatever. I don't really fucking care anymore. But when people don't have a personality, they're going to try to steal yours because it's just for attention. And when the next person comes around who has a new personality that they can leech off of, they're gonna do the same fucking things to them because they want attention. Like they literally want attention so bad that they will do. That's why I made that histrionic personality disorder video, because it's like, it's no way so many people act like that there, but they do. Like they really do. Like they copy your mannerisms, all that. And I'm not talking about slang because like I've even like posted videos using slang or things like that. And I know like no, I don't really use that as much as in my like everyday to day life, but if I'm hanging out with my friends, like I'm obviously gonna use slang. You know what I mean? Or like, I don't know. I feel like they're just weird. They're just fucking weird, dude. Like they want to copy everything you're doing just for attention. And I'm not talking about your friends picking up on your mannerisms or vice versa, But I'm talking about like these people hate you, like they don't like you, but they want to copy you because it's new and it's a new way to get like supply, like narcissist supply. I could go on and on about this. I could go on and on about like a lot of different topics, but I try not, cuz I made like a lot of videos about like dealing with like people being like jealous of you, because that was something that I struggled to comprehend for a very long time. Even now, I do not get it. I understand maybe wanting something that someone else has, but why don't you just go buy it? Like, what the fuck? Why are you sitting there getting bitter about it? Like, get a job and go get it. That's what I would do if I wanted something. Um, but whatever. But I don't want to keep making videos about that stuff because I don't know. I feel like it gets repetitive and boring. So I can't. Yeah, I want to make videos about being autistic, especially as a woman, and that's where this video comes in. Because I don't know, man. It's a lot. People really be just mad for no fucking reason. And there's a lot of things I don't understand about like the way neurotypicals communicate and like their issues. And I'm not saying it's all, because I know like that's messed up to say, because I wouldn't want people to just like generalize anyone, because that's messed up, right? But like there's a lot of things that I've dealt with from the average neurotypical. I'm sorry to say like that. I'm not talking about the good people, but where it's just like boggling to me, because obviously jealousy was one. That's why I like to make videos about that. I don't really get that. Um Another is probably when they, well, oh, I already said competitive. I fucking hate that shit, man. I hate that. It's annoying to me. Like, I'm not talking about sports because that's fun. I think that's funny. Unless you try to like, pow me afterwards, then it's not funny. Please leave me alone, okay? You win. You're the winner. I'm the loser. Leave me alone. Um, but definitely there's social games or them not being direct. Oh my god, I hate that. Say what the hell you mean the first time. Like, damn. My dad's going to be like, I know they my daughter cussing like that. But he can't hear me, I don't think. I'm in my car. Anyway, I'm at my dad's house right now. But yeah, I hate that. Like, dude, say what you mean. Like, I'm not doing all that beating around the bush. If you got something to say it. And also, in the same line, if I say something, I mean what I said. Like, you don't have to read into it. That's so irritating. But I know you said this, but I really think you mean this. Like, I know you said that you don't like sprinkles, but I think that you do like sprinkles, but you just don't want to put them on there because you don't want to look like. I said I don't like sprinkles. I really don't like sprinkles. Do not put sprinkles on my fucking ice cream. I said I don't like sprinkles, so why are you putting sprinkles on my ice cream? That happens to me all the time. It's, oh my god, it grinds my gears. Oh, y'all just don't know how bad that irritates me. There's like so many I could say like that, where they'll just sit there and just misinterpret. Like, I could do a whole series on that alone. That plays into a big part of why I had like so much beef with men, because they are the kings of that, of just really into, like, you say hi to them and they be like, oh yeah, I know you like me. No, I don't. No, I do not. Like, I can't even be nice. I don't even want to look at a man. I don't even want to breathe in a man's direction, because you just look at them and they be like, oh my god, she wants me, let's do this. And it's just like, no, that's not why are we doing, what are you doing? Stop it. Stop. And then honestly, I'm gonna be real, women be like that too. Like, it's a lot of DL women, and I'm not talking about my LGBTQ plus, because I love y'all. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the DL women who be harassing people, and sometimes they like to harass the LGBT community and autistic women. So it's y'all and then it's us too, because they like to harass us because they think that like we're an easy target. And it's like, no, I'm not, bitch. Leave me alone. Like, I've had to be mean to some of them, the DL ones, not the LGBT because I love them, but the DL ones because they're so mean. Like, they'll literally try to bully you into like talking to. They're just like the DL men. They're no different. They're no different. Like, they, ooh, they be making me mad, and I be seeing them what they be doing to like the LGBT girls, LGBTQ plus girls, where they'll like try to like kiss them and then run away and like try to do this cat and mouse thing with them, and it's like, that is a fucking girl. I've seen them do that shit. And then it's like, oh my god, I'm having like so many memories from like being younger and like them doing that to like a girl at school who's like openly out the closet, and then they're doing that to them to try to make it like look like it's something that it's not, like almost like that girl's harassing them when it's not like that. I'm not saying that autistic people can't do stuff like that, but I mainly see that in the neurotypical. I've never seen it anyone besides them, okay? I don't know what that is, but it's almost like the Darvel effect. Because why are you trying to deny your sexuality, reverse it onto that LGBTQ plus lady, and then all that other stuff, okay? You're like literally so obnoxious. But yeah, they try to like, I think they view us as like, again, that's that thing with neurotypicals overvalue themselves. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't view yourself as valuable, but you cannot force someone else to view you as valuable as you view yourself. Like, you just cannot. And they do that a lot. I want to come up with another name for them because like it's not all neurotypicals, but it's a lot of them. But I want to come up with like another name for like these little asshole ones who are awful. I can't fucking stand them. But I'm gonna go back to the pet topic because oh my god, that one irritates me so fucking bad. Like, I'm not your little pet that you could show off. And obviously, okay, they could do this to anybody, right? For different reasons, for like whatever. But they'll do it to me because like me being mixed. I've had bitches pet my hair to their face, like, oh my god, look at her, as they're petting my, like, bitch, I am not a fucking animal. Don't do that. Like, I'm not a little puppy that you just got off and you want to show off to your friends. I've had people, when I went to talk because someone asked me a question, like, say it's like a group of us, and then they introduced me to the group, and then someone asked me a question, I go to answer, like, oh no, I can answer for you. And I'll be like, I can speak for myself. And then they'll look at me and try to glare me down and try to intimidate me. And it's like, bitch, you do not fucking intimidate me. Relax. That's something that irritates my soul. I hate that shit. Like, people do that all the time. Or they'll try to, like, I don't know what this little glaring thing that they do, where they try to like intimidate you, and I bust out laughing a few times at them, and they get so mad. But it's just like, it literally looks like a movie. Like, I know movies imitate life, but like they'll just sit there and like huddle up and just like glare at you, like as if that's supposed to do something. What is that supposed to do to me? I don't care, bitch. Like, leave me alone. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. That's so stupid. Also, I'm gonna like another one, and I feel like this is like, again, I'm not saying that like autistic people can't do this, but I've only seen it from them, is where they'll like, oh yeah, cause I'm from this hood, and I'll be like I didn't even know that there was a beef. Like, we're at the mall, and like I'm checking out, and they'll just be staring me down, and they'll be like, yeah, cause I'm from this hood, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. These are girls doing this, and I'm just like, oh my god, what's that about? I don't get that one. Like, they don't, oh my god, another thing, they don't say, like, they don't introduce themselves. They just start talking at you. It doesn't even feel like they're talking to you. They're not talking to you. They're talking at you. Like, they'll just start talking at you, and it's so fucking weird. Like, I've had people come up to me And they'll be like, yeah, cause you think you all that. That's like a mouth. That's kind of like an introduction, I guess. Like they're coming in with a statement, but it gets even worse than that. Like they'll be like, yeah, cause man, cause I live in this area, and I'm gonna say, hello, hi, how are you? It's nice to meet you. What's your name? Like, that's so fucking weird. I don't know why they do that, but that's really irritating. I don't get that. I don't get that one at all. Like did no one teach you how to like introduce yourself before you just start spitting off? Like, Jesus Christ, it's annoying. Another one, the whole sizing you up thing. I've never had an autistic person do that to me, like, at all. These motherfuckers will size, like, they'll look at you, get angry, and it's like yeah, like they're searching for something to say, and that it's always them trying to like humble you. I don't get that social dynamic at all. I don't get that one. I don't get that one at all. Um, because like, why are you trying to like what are we doing here? I don't know you. Like, I don't think to like humble people I don't know. I don't think the humble people I do know. The only people I like to humble is people who are like those guys who try to humble girls that they date. I've seen that. Like, if I remember this one time I was a kid and this guy was trying to like badmouth this girl that he dated and try to embarrass her in front of his friends. That's such a like fucking. I'm not gonna say it. That's such a weird thing to do. Like, if you want to date those boys, just go date them. And that's what I said to him. I was like, if you like your friends, just why don't you just date them? Why are you bothering her? Those are only people I like to put in their fucking place. I don't know if that's really considered humbly, but I like to put them in their fucking place. Because don't try to like and it is not just with like girls. Like, I've seen like, those guys who try to like bully their friends in front of other people, and it's like, I love putting those people in their place because you're like trying to be a little bully bitch and you're a loser. Like, you're not a tough guy. Everyone knows what you're doing and you're lame. And I hate that shit. Um yeah, they that's another thing. I guess I just got to kind of ease that in there, and I didn't even realize. I don't understand that, like trying to humble people or trying to like embarrass people in front of others. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. And I also don't get why they try to change people to be what they want them to be. So you can fit some type of aesthetic, but you don't know them. See, they're trying to like they're trying to collect everybody like Pokemon cards and create some big ass gang. I don't like that. I've had experienced that a lot in my life, where people will try to collect me into their little group gang and be like, yeah, act this way. Like, no, I don't even know you. But I guess that goes back to like them trying to use you because you're like autistic, and they think they can get away with it. Like, they can manipulate you to do the stuff that they want you to do, and it doesn't work. They get mad, and it's like, you're mad I'm not letting you manipulate me, you fucking dummy. And them thinking they could tell you what to do. Like, that's real. And like, I don't even know. I know a lot of people we talk about PDA. I don't know. I can't say that I have that. But let me tell you something. I do not like when people try to tell me how to live my life. Cause I don't think I have PDA. Because if the way people describe it, I don't think I have that. Cause if like a boss, like if I worked somewhere and a boss was like, "Hey, you do this," I would have no problem doing that. But if it, if someone tries to like demand something of me, because I've noticed a lot of people. I think I told this story before, but I remember my job was giving out something, and I didn't feel the need to go get it because I wasn't planning on working there. I was not planning on working there long, and I felt like it was like, why would I get it? Because like, I'm taking away from what people who are gonna be working here long could have, right? And they were like, oh yeah, you can go get one. I was like, no, I'm good. And it was like, go get it. And I was like, who are you talking to? Like, if you, like, I don't even think I'm conveying how like aggressive they said it. Like, they tried to talk to me like as if I was their freaking child. I was like, who are you speaking to like that? And it was like, oh no, I'm sorry. And it's like, why do I have to like address people like this for them to like understand? Do not speak to me that way, because see, they think they can talk to you however they want to because you're autistic. Like, you're like, I'm a child or something. I'm not a fucking child. Like, they really have this like view that like it's a stupid view that people on some media who are ill-informed, like, oh, that if you're autistic you have the mind of a child, and that's not true. We may look younger, but we do not have the mind of children. Yes, there are certain other conditions, typically um TBIs, that cause you to have the mind of a child, because you got into an accident and it messed your brain up. That, yes, that there's things like that, but like autistic people, that's not, unless they have something else going on. Just because they don't talk does not mean that they have the mind of a child. Just because, like, you know what I mean, they don't communicate how you do does not mean you can speak to us like we're your fucking children. And just because we have soft voices does not mean we're children. Like, we can have soft voices, like, that's fine. I don't know, like, I'm not even the only person in my family who has like a soft voice. My aunt on my dad's side also has a soft voice, and so did my aunt Jenny. She had, on my mom's side, she had a soft voice too. Like, there's that's like a natural thing. Like, I don't know, and neither one of them are autistic. Like, they're normal, they're neurotypical, or I don't want to say normal. Like I don't think they were normal, but you know what I mean. And like, they're neurotypical, and it's like, I don't know. I don't get that. Like, why do you feel like you could speak to us like we're children, or like treat us like we're less than you? They undermine your autonomy. Like, if I remember going to the grocery store and I was getting a bunch of fruits. This was like back in 2015. I was getting a bunch of fruits, and this lady. This is back when Shoppers existed on Ridgey Highway. This lady was like, "Why are you getting all these fruits?" This happened to me twice now that I think about it. Because one time this happened to me at Target, and that was like in 2019. Sometimes I get fruits so I can do like a smoothie detox, and I've done celery detoxes. I like to do that. I've been doing that since I was a kid. My dad's like really into health, so he taught me all that stuff. And she was like questioning me, and I'm like, of course, like at this point, I didn't know, or like I had been silenced from talking about autism for such a long time. Like, I forgot about that I even had it. I don't even know that. Like, that's crazy, but that's like literally what happened. And she was like questioning me. I was like, I'm getting like, what? Because I wanted, like, I was kind of irritated because the way she asked me was such an attitude. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay. And I was like, what? Like, why are you doing that? And she's like, no, my bad. And I was like, it kind of upsets me that I have to like get snappy with them for them to treat me with respect. And she's like, well, why are you getting it if you don't mind me asking? I was like, oh, like, I'm making smoothies. And she's like, oh, before that she was like, yeah, fruit rots fast, right? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, like rolling her eyes. And like, that's when it progressed, and I was like kind of like snappy with her. But she basically questioned me, and then I told her that I was making smoothies, and she's like, oh, okay. And it's like, they treat you like you're stupid. Like, I don't know. And I know sometimes they're trying to help you, so I don't want to like be ungrateful for that, because I really do appreciate the help, like when they want to help you. But it's sometimes the way they speak to you that gets to me. Like, if like when some people will speak to you, and they'll think that people are taking advantage of you, but they'll, instead of saying it, they'll be like, I remember this one time I was getting lunch meat at the deli at Shoppers, and this lady was like, I wanted a pound of, I believe, like turkey, not turkey, oh my god, honey ham. And I was like, can I get a pound of honey ham? She's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And you like, are you sure that's what they want? Like, well, honestly, that place treated autistic people horribly, because there was an autistic guy who worked there, and the lady called him retarded, and I got mad at her, and I would not speak to her ever since that day. I'm sorry to say that word on here, because like, that's really fucked up. But anyway, they didn't like neurodivergent people. Again, these people were not making that much money, so obviously they're gonna feel intimidated by people because they feel like we have it easier. That's another thing. They always feel like we have it easier. But back to that lady, she was like, I was like, yeah, like that's what they wanted because we were getting so much because we were having a picnic and we were gonna have like a bunch of people there. So that's why we were getting like so much of the honey ham because they already had like turkey, so we're just gonna make a bunch of sandwiches so everyone can have like like a little sandwich, and we already had like the bags of chips and like water and juice, whatever. But yeah, so like she get an attitude with me, like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Like I don't need you to get an attitude with me. And if you were trying to help me, you should have helped me instead of getting an attitude. But anyway, yeah, people always do like rude stuff like that. Oh, but back to what I was saying, people will like, especially in impoverished neighborhoods, will feel like that because you're neurodivergent, they assume you get a check, and they'll really get mad and like be like it's not fair. They get to get treated like they get a free ride. That's how they feel, or they feel like some people wished it. Like I'm not even gonna say that part, but yeah, and bitch, I don't get a fucking check. I have to work like everyone else. That guy has to work like everyone else. Like, shut the fuck up. And it's not your fucking business, but they'll be the main ones trying to get a check. They'll be the main ones in a disability. Oh, my back hurts, my legs hurt. Nothing's fucking wrong with them, but they're a lazy bitch, okay? And they be so concerned about someone getting a free ride, but their bitch ass didn't do nothing. Like, they didn't go to college. They didn't do shit. They didn't do anything with their fucking life. But yet they're so worried about what's going on with us. That's some shit that pisses me off. Don't worry about what the fuck I got going on when you ain't do a goddamn thing with your life. And there's nothing wrong with working at like a supermarket or anything like that. But you're working at this supermarket just like that boy was working at this supermarket. And yeah, you want to call him all these things. And like he's fucking less than you, bitch. You got the same fucking job making the same amount of money. You bitch. Like, bitch, that shit pisses me the fuck off so bad. Like, oh. And it's like, they act like oh my god, this is what really pisses me off. It's consistently like a huge portion of people who do this shit are fucking meth heads. Bitch, I don't know if you don't know that we can see that you are a meth head by your fucking mouth, but for you to speak to us like you lost your fucking mind really blows me, because it's like, I can see you, right? I can see that you're a fucking drug addict, right? But you want to run your fucking mouth. Like, don't play with me. And it's like, it's wrong for us to say something, but when they be fucking attacking us, we're supposed to sit there and be quiet. They can attack us and it's fine. But when we say something back, it's a problem. Get the fuck out of here. That should be pissing me off. And it's like a lot of times, I don't even address shit that people be saying to me because it's like, you're not fucking relevant. But then sometimes, but it's like when people be hurting other people who I'm cool with or like friends with, that should be pissing me off. I'm gonna end this one here though. It's like 70 minutes. Like, that's crazy. Well, it's over 70 minutes now. But yeah, like I could go on and on about this. I mean, honestly, I have so many stories about everything that I talk about. But I realize that like I don't wanna make the same stuff all the time. Like, whether it be like people being like mean to people or like jealous of people all the time or competitive, because like I don't know. I feel like we know what's out there, and it's like a lot of content you can make on it. But I just want to talk about other stuff when I want to make videos. But yeah, that's crazy, and that's just being autistic. That's just some of this stuff. Like, guys, you know if you're autistic. Also, if you're like, I don't know. I don't want to be like the person who separates the levels of autistic, but I do feel like there is major differences of having like what is formerly known as Asperger's versus like us now. What we like, if you're level 1 through 3. I heard someone the other day say there was a level 4. I've never heard of that, but I'm gonna look it up and see if it's true. But yeah, I'm gonna end this one here. If you're autistic, please share your experience in the comments, or you can email me or whatever. It doesn't matter to me, but I would love to hear other people's experience, because like my experience is a bit different, where like I was diagnosed really young, but I was around someone who didn't, in her fucking words, want me to have special treatment. Like, at first she like didn't want people to judge her for me being autistic, and then she was like, "Oh, I don't want you to have special treatment." I don't know. The bitch was weird, but like I was very visibly autistic, but I wasn't allowed to talk about it. And when you're a kid and you get diagnosed with something so young, like you're gonna fucking forget if you're never allowed to talk about it. So I'm just going through life like, why the fuck are people treating me differently, or why are people like being weird to me? But the whole time that's the reason why. And I was like nonverbal for a very long time, and or selectively verbal, because I could talk to like my siblings, but I or my dad, but I couldn't talk to like people at school unless they were like really close to me. And I think people took that as I was being stuck up, but they just really overwhelmed my nervous system. Like they were crazy kids, like they were really rambunctious, and I was like, bro, you're a lot. So yeah, that was like that caused issues. But yeah, like I don't know, there's a lot of ableists out here, and my one thing that I would tell autistic people is to not let that shit get to you, because the people who are being ableist never have shit going for themselves, and I'll notice that they'll talk so much shit or try to put you down, and then they'll copy what you're doing. Bitch, if you're so much better than me, why are you copying everything I'm fucking doing? The fuck? Why are you copying me? Like, if I don't know, I wouldn't copy someone that I think I'm better than. You're a loser. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I might edit some of this out because I don't know. This video is really long, but it's some stuff I want to get off my chest because I've been seeing like some really good content, and sometimes I want to like share my own experiences with it and like build a community off that, because I know I've been seeing so many autistic people talk about how like they don't have friends because they don't have other neurodivergent people near them. I think regardless of if like I lived in a bad neighborhood for a little bit, that was a very it was a benefit to me because I knew a lot of autistic people. Even though they try to separate me from them, I still knew them, and like I had friends who were neurodivergent, and I know not everyone has that. So I kind of want to build a space where we have that together. But yeah. Also, I though I was diagnosed early, I kind of do relate to some of the content about like late diagnosed stuff because it was like erased from me for so long. I have seen some people talk about that too. How like yeah, their parents were like yeah like we knew that like they diagnosed you, but like you didn't fucking tell the kid. I was told and then I wasn't told. No, I don't know, was I like directly? Yeah, I was told because like I remember my pediatrician telling me and stuff like that. But I can't get my like medical records, and it really irritates me because I really want to get my medical records. But I don't know how to get that shit. They've put me through the ringer. I think they lost them and they don't want to admit it. And I'm not even mad that they lost them. I just want my diagnoses. I just wish they had that. I don't even need every little detail. I mean, I would like every little detail because like I like to read about it, but I don't need it. But yeah, I'm gonna end this. I think I could go on and on and on about this. I don't even want to end it because it's like so much shit that I want to get on my chest about this. Like, why do they treat us so bad? Like, why are they so bitter towards us? What do they gain from it? I don't get that. Oh my god. I want to talk about the interview process as a neurodivergent. It's awful. I hate interviews. Like, I like getting interviewed by people who just want you to do your damn job and try to put you in that position. I don't want to get interviewed by people who are like bitter and all like, I don't know, uppity. There's nothing wrong with like viewing yourself as important, but uppity people annoy me. And by uppity, I'm really talking about those people who like this is their first time having power, so they really want to like they they will view our neurodivergence as disrespect. Like they don't understand that like we don't communicate how they do, so they'll think that you may not look as interested as you are in the job or something like that. And a big thing, like with colleges or jobs or whatever is if you interview with them and they'll be like, do you have any questions? And it's like, I know, because like I already know everything. And I don't understand why they keep asking that thing. Like, you have recruiters. I don't know if recruiters are like a new thing, but because when I used to get hired when I was younger, I didn't know about no damn recruiter. I just went in there and they was like, oh my god, you have the job or you don't. Like, I don't know. Or like, you have the job or we'll call you back. And you had to be like amongst other people, but now they have like recruiters. So I think that's kind of like a new thing within like the last few years, because I don't remember that being a thing when I was younger. Like, they will have a hiring manager, like one manager who took on the hiring process, but I don't remember like being like specific recruiters. I may be tripping though. Maybe that's just not something I was seeing, because I really like retail work or office work. But I don't like managerial work. I've already said that. I don't like that kind of work, because that work exhausts the hell out of me. Like, I don't want to tell people what to do. I want them to do their job. Like, if I was a manager again, I want to be like, hey, do your job, and then they do it. I don't like, because of me being younger, people. I'm typically managing people who are much older than me, and they are really bitter about that. And quite frankly, I don't care. So I'm not like, I don't have the patience. Like, I'd rather just do my own thing and go home if I was to work. But I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, this looks like a fun job. Like, if it's like has something to do with clothes or something, or like a store that I like. But then it's like, I don't have to work, so I don't like. I'm not like, if I don't have to work, so it'll just be like, I'm not dealing with your nonsense. If there's nonsense at a job, I'm leaving, okay? Because I don't have to do this. So I don't know. It's like one of those weird things. Also, I feel bad for all my like autistic people who have to work in bad environments, because I know how awful that could be. Like, when I was younger, I would like work just to go shopping. Um, because you're young, you don't want your parents telling you what to do with your money or stuff like that, right? And like, I would stay at jobs where people were like pretty crappy to me, because like I did not take them seriously. But it was obnoxious to have to be around them. Like, you would get annoyed, obviously, because they're trying so hard to get under your skin. It's not working. They're having literal temper tantrums, and the managers are letting them stay there because they're afraid to like confront them, because they're bullying the managers. And it's like, no, like, that was really annoying. But I dealt with that a lot, and I was just sitting there like, dude, shut up. But I'm professional, so I don't do stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, shut up. Why are you being so obnoxious? Like, I don't get that. I don't get that. Like, why are you doing all this extra stuff when we could just chill? But I don't know. But yeah, another thing about like jealousy, people they really assume that we get treated with special attention because of like our neurodiversity, that they get intimidated. Or people will say like they'll mock the way I talk, but then copy it to get like attention. I don't know. I don't get that one. Or they'll like copy my special interest because they think it'll get them attention. And then when it doesn't, they'll get mad. I've had like, when I was younger, someone try to rip up my like, well, even like adults try to rip up my stuff when I was younger. And I was like, that was crazy. Like, they try to rip up my like projects when I was younger. I was like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that? Like, I dropped my phone. But yeah, people would definitely try to do that when I was younger. And I understand. I was like, why are you trying to destroy what I have going on? And some of them were adults. That's like a real weird thing that I had experienced growing up. I don't know if any other I don't get that one. Like, why are adults like beefing with children for attention? That's one that, man, I don't care. I really don't get that. And I really, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I'm gonna stop this one here and I might make another one because I have so much to get off my chest about this.